Hello dear students, today we're going to talk about the 1158 English as a second language syllabus offered at Cambridge O-Level. This syllabus will be first examined in November 2024 as a replacement to the 1126 English language syllabus. The aims of the 1158 syllabus are to, firstly, develop your ability to use English effectively for the purpose of practical communication. Secondly, develop your awareness of the nature of the language and language learning skills. Thirdly, develop skills that can be transferred to other areas of the curriculum. Lastly, promote your personal development and enjoyment of the syllabus. Focusing on the content of this syllabus, you can find that it aims at developing practical communication skills in reading, writing, listening, and speaking. For the reading paper, you will be expected to read a variety of texts so that you can select specific details and understand meanings which are directly stated and implicit meanings as well. For the writing paper, you will be expected to write for a different purpose and audience. This might include writing a formal letter to your rector or to the police or to any person in authority for administrative purposes, or an informal letter to your friends or family, or an email, or a speech, or a report, or even an article. For the listening paper, you will be asked to listen to a range of spoken material, which might include talks and conversations to develop your listening skills. For the speaking component, you will be expected to engage in conversations on a variety of topics and respond to different situations and audiences with a degree of accuracy and clarity. I will be discussing each component of this syllabus in greater detail in a short while. A quick glance at the assessment of 1158 syllabus shows that you will be awarded A* to G. You will have to take all the three components. Paper 1, the reading and writing paper. The duration of this paper is 2 hours. Marks allotted are on 60, accounting to 50% weighting of the paper. In this paper, you will have to work out 6 exercises, 4 out of which will be reading tasks and the remaining 2 will be writing tasks. For the writing task, structured and essay-style questions will be set. Next, you will take paper 2, that is the listening paper. The duration of this paper will be approximately 50 minutes. Marks allotted are on 40, accounting to 25% weighting of the paper. In this paper, you will listen to 5 exercises ranging from short to long texts, and then you will have to answer multiple choice type of questions based on the listening of the texts. The third paper is the speaking paper, whose duration will be approximately 10 to 15 minutes. Marks allotted will be on 40, accounting to 25% of the weighting of the paper. In this paper, you will take part in an interview, short talk, and discussion, or more commonly known as conversation, based on the topic of your short talk. I'll now give you more details about each paper. Beginning with paper 1, the reading and writing paper. This paper contains 6 exercises, as I mentioned earlier, 4 reading exercises and 2 writing exercises. For the 4 reading exercises, a range of texts will be given. These texts can be articles, blogs, reports, and so on, ranging from 400 to 650 words. The reading exercises will include multiple choice questions, matching questions, or questions requiring you to answer in short note form or sentences. For the 2 writing exercises, you will be expected to write between 120 to 160 words each using different styles. The first writing exercise requires you to use an informal style of writing, for instance, one used to write to a friend or relative. The second writing exercise requires you to use a more formal writing style. For example, one used to write to a teacher, a director, or an organizer of an event. This may include writing an article, a report, an essay, an email, or a review. For each of the writing tasks, you are awarded 6 marks for content and 9 marks for language, style, and accuracy, resulting in 15 marks. You can see a description of the exercises for reading on the screen. For the reading paper, you will be assessed on your ability to show whether you can locate specific factual information from the texts, understand connections between ideas, opinions, and attitudes, identify and select details for a particular purpose, understand meanings which are not stated directly, which you need to infer by reading between the lines. For the writing exercises, you will be expected to write between 120 and 160 words based on the prompts given for each of the 2 exercises. The first exercise is an informal writing task, and the second exercise requires a formal style of writing. You will be awarded 6 marks out of 15 for content covered and 9 out of 15 for your language. On your screen, you can see a generic marking criteria which will be followed to assess your writing tasks. I'll now move on to the listening paper. The duration of this paper is 50 minutes. The weighting of this paper is 25% of the assessment. There will be 5 exercises where you will be listening to a variety of short and long texts. After listening to the text, you will have to answer multiple choice questions on the text. On your screen, you can now see a detailed description of the exercises in paper 2, the listening paper. The objectives of assessing this listening paper are to check your ability to understand specific information mentioned, see whether you can grasp speakers' ideas, opinions, and attitudes, understand the difference between what is directly mentioned and the implicit meaning. We'll now move on to paper 3, the speaking paper. The duration of this paper will be between 10 to 15 minutes. Marks allotted to this paper is 40 and its weighting is 25%. This paper consists of an introduction, which will be of a 1-minute duration. Within the introduction, the examiner will welcome you and verify your index number and read out the examiner's script. A warm-up, which will be of 1 to 2 minutes duration. During the warm-up, the examiner will engage in an informal conversation with you to make you feel at ease. Both the introduction and warm-up activities are not part of the assessment. After these activities, the examiner will conduct a short interview where you will be told the topic of the assessment and questions provided on the topic will be asked. This interview will last about 2 to 3 minutes and it is going to be assessed. After the short interview, you will be given 1 minute preparation time. After being given the assessment card, so that you can prepare a short talk on the topic, which will be around 2 to 3 minutes. You will not be allowed to write any notes for the short talk. The last activity of this paper is discussion, or more commonly known as a conversation, lasting between 3 to 4 minutes based on your topic for the short talk. On your screen, you can see a description of the speaking paper. For this speaking paper, you will be assessed on your ability to communicate a range of ideas, facts, and opinions, show adequate control of a range of vocabulary and grammatical structures, develop responses and maintain communication, pronounce words correctly and use appropriate intonation. For the short interview, short talk, and discussion, you will be assessed on 40 marks based on the criteria: grammar, maximum of 10 marks, vocabulary, a maximum of 10 marks. Development, maximum of 10 marks. Pronunciation, maximum of 10 marks. A mark will be given out of 10 for each criterion, and then these marks will be added to give an overall total mark out of 40. To remind you, you will be assessed on different skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. The 4 components carry a weighting of 25% each, resulting in 100 for the whole assessment. For more information about this syllabus, you can consult the Mauritius School Support Hub, which does not require any login or password. This site can be accessed on www.cambridgeinternational.org/Mauritius. This site will help you in your learning of this syllabus by providing you with resources on syllabus and specimen materials, scheme of work, specimen paper answer booklets, guides to writing, a report, an article, a review, an essay. That will be all for today. I wish you all the best for your examinations.